Monster Hunter Wilds is a game with a lot of optional content and quests that you might not even know exist, as you need to talk to certain NPCs after following a few specific steps in order to unlock some of these more secretive quests that actually have a lot of benefits to you. So in this video I will be covering a few quests and a couple of key quest lines that you should be doing and should prioritize doing as early as possible, as they're going to provide you with not only unique features but also a lot of very good rewards. With that being said, hello everyone, my name is Dark Hero and let's get started. So before we continue with the video, I just want to disclose that in order to reach most of these quests, you'll need to finish the low rank portion of the story that is getting to the credits of the game. I'm not going to be spoiling anything, and certainly nothing that Capcom hasn't shown before, but if you are sensitive to spoilers then you can skip ahead. But with that being said, let's continue with the video. So the first few quests that I want to talk about are a very important set of quests that are all tied together, that are especially important for multiple reasons, as they unlock all of the trades with the NPCs and their deliveries. Now, you'll likely already have one or two of them already unlocked, but I'll be going through the fastest way to unlock all of them and exactly what they unlock and what you should be doing with them to get the most value out of these. So in Monster Hunter World, or pretty much every past Monster Hunter title, you would have your own farm or a botanical research center, where you would assign the kind of items that you would want to plant and then retrieve after a while, essentially having an unlimited farm of a lot of very useful items that can then be used to craft some of the most powerful consumables in the game. Imagine, for example, having an unlimited supply of ancient potions and mega demon drugs. Well, in Wilds, the way this works is actually quite different. However, its usefulness remains, or I should say, it's even better this time around, provided that you follow the steps that I'll be showing you in the video to get all of these unlocks, as you'll be able to receive rare items that allow you to craft secret armor sets or obtain rare monster materials like the gems and plates in an instant that can be so difficult to obtain. Now, the way that you manage all of these is by coming to Nata, that is going to be sitting outside of your tent, as after you finish the story he pretty much becomes an intermediary where you can access a lot of different villagers from many different places and see exactly what trades they have available, though these trades will become better as you do different quests and objectives for each of the different NPCs, and these trades will rotate daily, and some of these, like this one, will be highlighted telling you that they are selling a rare material like this Shuwu fluid. Some of these other items are going to be ingredients that you can then use at the canteen to create a much more powerful meal, and of course, given that these items are consumable in Wilds, this is how you'll be able to get tons of them. You'll also be able to access Nata to go into the festival shares, which quite simply is going to provide you with some good ores and materials that you can then use for example, the Artian weapons, as I explained in my Artian video guide. Now, the material retrieval is what I think is the most important thing here, as you can decide the items that you're going to obtain from various different NPCs from each different settlement, from a list that is going to be different depending on the NPC, and they're also going to have higher or lower odds of getting you more of these items, which is all going to change daily. And I'm going to talk about which ones you should prioritize getting a little bit further into the video. So the way that you go about unlocking all of these is, once you finish the story getting to high rank, one of the first side missions you're going to have will be from Zato from Kunafa village, as he will be telling you to go hunt a Gypsy Rose in a special quest. Upon doing so, you will then have the first deliverable and trade an NPC that you can interact with, and it will be none other than Murtabak. You can then tell him to gather all sorts of different items, which again you'll be able to manage from Nada. Then you will head on over to the Oil Well Basin in Azus, where you'll talk to Ida, the village chief, which will have a special quest for you where you will have to hunt a Rompopolo. You will then be able to unlock Sabar as one of your deliverable NPCs, but you'll be able to get even more of them from here. Now, for the next steps, you'll actually need to improve your hunter rank and raise it to hunter rank 16, but your hunter rank will be capped at 15 at this moment, so you'll need to complete a specific quest that will unlock your hunter rank once again, that you'll be able to find in Suja, the Peaks of Accord, where you will talk to Fabius, who is not currently here, the big admiral dude, where he will ask you to hunt an Ursula in the Wounded Hollow. Doing so will unlock Apar, this tall woman, as your new trade-in NPC. From here you'll have another one that you can take care of very quickly by going to the Woodwood hideout in the Scarlet Forest, where these NPCs will ask you to collect a specific part of a Kongalala. Doing this will unlock Plum Peach as your new trade-in NPC. Then once you reach hunter rank 21, you'll be able to get a few more of these that are going to help unlock a bunch of new features. One of them is going to be in the Oil Well Basin region, again in Azus, where Dogard will have a special quest for you, where he will ask you to hunt down a high rank Ravios, and upon doing so, you'll be able to unlock him as a special trade-in NPC. So keep in mind that despite him having unique and special trades, with the one that you'll care about the most being the Azus tanned leather, he's not able to retrieve and deliver to you special materials like the previous ones we mentioned. mentioned. Likewise, in Wyveria, you'll have a special quest that you'll be able to get by talking to these NPCs. I believe it is from Reicher, where he will ask you to hunt down a high-rank Shuwu, and upon doing so, you'll be able to unlock Reicher as one of your delivery NPCs. And also at hunter rank 21, you'll be able to go to Kunafa village, and by talking to Isai, he's going to have a special quest for you, where he will ask you to hunt down a tempered Balahara, and by doing that, you'll be able to get Kilama and unlock all of her traits. Then at hunter rank 31, Plum Peach will ask you for a new quest, where you will need to fight against a tempered Kongalala and a tempered Lalabarina in the Scarlet Forest. This will expand the materials you're able to retrieve from Plum Peach, and also the item traits that you're able to get with Musharpai, so these ones right here. Then also at hunter rank 31, upon returning to the Oilwell Basin, you'll be able to talk to Ida, where she will ask you to hunt down a tempered Ajarakan and a tempered Gravios. And in the Keeper's Village in Wyveria, Reicher will also have a special quest for you, where you will need to hunt down a tempered Shuwu and a tempered Ebony Odogaron. With this, you'll then be able to have all of these item trades available for you at all times, something that you should check daily as it is going to change on a daily basis. And again, some of the items that they sell can be very good, and some of them, like the Suja textiles, are materials that you need to unlock some special armor pieces. As for the material retrieval, the way that this works is that with each passing day, the countdown here is going to increase all the way up until 16, where it is entirely filled up, with one in-game day being noted as taking 60 minutes in real life. Though of course you are able to rest at the campsite at any moment if you want to skip a few days ahead, or if you just stay AFK, you'll eventually be able to pile up a few days and get more resources from Nada. Now from these ones, ideally you want to look out for the items that are going to give you the better consumables. So for example, I like having bitter bug broth to have herbal medicine, although it's not that necessary, so honey is a lot more important. Though in my opinion, the ones you want to focus on are going to be the Mandragoras, so that you can craft max potions, the spider webs so that you can craft pitfall traps, and then the adamant seeds and the might seeds so that you can then craft the very powerful demon drug and mega demon drugs. And of course, to get the catalyst, you'll also need the butterbug broth to combine it with honey to make these. So again, the idea is you look at your consumable items from your crafting list, you see the ones that are the most powerful and you want to make, like these immunizers that I need to craft in order to get more ancient potion, and that is how I'm able to have so many of these very powerful consumable items that are going to help you tremendously throughout your hunts. That said, another thing that is unlocked as you do these quests that is very important as well is going to be the special meal invitations. Basically, much like in many different points in the story, you'll be invited by these NPCs that you have interacted with and completed these quests for, and these meals that will provide you with much more powerful food buffs that will not only last for 60 minutes, whereas the other meals that you cook for yourself would only last 50 minutes, and these meals provide you with higher stat bonuses, that is to say, higher increases to your attack and defense, which will also last for those 60 minutes. But on top of that, these meal invitations will also give you some special food skills that you otherwise would not be able to obtain by normally cooking, such as insurance that can allow you to cart one additional time before a quest fails, food carver that allows you to get additional carves from monsters you defeat, therefore getting many more materials, then there's Capture Pro, Moxie, and a few others. So it is a very useful feature that you should not neglect, so do remember to check your map and see if you find a notification telling you that one of these NPCs is inviting you for a meal. That said, sometimes these NPCs, despite inviting you for a meal whenever you go to those locations, they will be busy because sometimes it's because of the weather, it may be inclemency and they're hiding, or maybe it's nighttime and they are inside and so you cannot access them. In those scenarios, you'll need to wait for a little bit until you're able to interact with them, so keep that in mind. Now the next couple of quests are ones that are going to unlock two of the most important items in the entire game, and these are the Armor Charm and the Power Charm, as by simply having these two items in your inventory, you'll be able to increase both your attack and defense. Now sadly, the game doesn't tell you exactly by how much it improves your attack or defense, but in the previous games, Power Charm used to give you a raw attack power of 6, whereas the Armor Charm used to give you 12 flat defense. So these bonuses are definitely not bad, especially considering that attack boost level 3 will give you 7 flat attack, and you're essentially able to permanently get the same by just having these two items sitting in your pouch. So how exactly do you obtain the Armor Charm and the Power Charm? So after reaching Hunter Rank 16, you'll be able to go here to Suja, and one of these NPCs by the name of Cobb will have a special quest for you, where he will ask you to hunt down 2 tempered Hiroabamis in the arena, aka the Wounded Hollow, and after doing so, you will be awarded with the Armor Charm. And once you reach Hunter Rank 21, you'll be able to talk to the same NPC again, and you'll get this quest where you will need to hunt down 2 Ajarikans in the Wounded Hollow, and once you finish that, you come back and talk to Cobb over over here, and he will give you the power charm. Again, keep in mind that you only receive the bonuses from the armor charm and the power charm by having both items saved in your inventory. So make sure that you go into your tent and go into your item pouch and save and register all of your loadouts, updating them to include both the power and the armor charms, as you really don't want to forget to bring them in a quest. Now the next set of quests is one that will unlock all of the Palico upgrades and gadgets. If you played Monster Hunter World, then you'll know just how powerful some of these Palico gadgets are, with some of them having the Palico steal additional materials from the monster, putting down shock traps and flash cages, or providing meaningful support buffs, etc. Well, let me tell you, if you liked all of those gadgets from World, you'll be happy to know that you can essentially have all of them equipped at the same time in Monster Hunter Wilds. And I know that's pretty nuts. Honestly, the Palico is totally busted if you do this questline. So all you need to do is go up to the Palico once you see the Palico question mark, and he will give you a bunch of side missions for you to complete. These will include very simple tasks such as capturing a flash bug or a large vigor wasp, hunting down a Doshagma or an ebony Odogaron, very simple stuff like that. And just like that, you'll unlock all of these insane abilities, like even being able to revive whenever you are downed and not counting as a card for the quest, or this attack helicopter move that looks sick and deals tons of damage. And the next set of quests that I want to focus on is one regarding your companion helpers, as you're able to get someone like Gemma the blacksmith to actually help you out inside of a quest. So once you reach Hunter rank 9, you'll be able to go up to Gemma and she will have an exclamation mark with her unique quest. She will ask you to hunt down a high rank Alalabarina, telling you that she's got something cool that she wants to test out. And upon doing so, you'll be rewarded with the rare chance of Gemma sometimes appearing in some of your quests in designated spots on the different maps. And whenever she shows up, she's going to show up with a big weapon to deal some good damage to the monster if they go around that location. You'll also be able to essentially get the same thing done with Werner, as he will give you his own quest where you'll need to try out his device, where he essentially plants down a big bomb on the floor, and if the monster hits it, it's going to take a lot of damage each time that he attacks it. Truth be told, these NPC companions aren't incredibly helpful, and a lot of times you kind of need to go out of your way and to lure the monsters into the traps that they set up, so it's not the most intuitive or helpful thing that you can get, but at least you get to see the wonderful Gemma outside of the forge, which is certainly good for a change. With that being said, these are the quests that I think you guys should try to prioritize once you play through Monster Hunter Wilds, as they're going to give you a lot of value. So let me know if you had already done all of these by the time you watch this video, and if there is anything that I missed. With that being said, my name is Dark Hero, thank you all so much for watching, and as always, happy hunting!